Hey YouTube, it's your girl Dr. J, and I thought I would come and do a quick update on a process that I told you guys I was going to be trying out this year with my daughter, Faster Fox. She's in third grade, and it was a way for her to do book reports, and I wanted to let you guys know how it's going. So I'll show you guys an example. It's going really, really well. This is an idea that I had gotten off of Pinterest on trying to do like chapter summaries. And so I'll show you guys an example for one of the books that she read. This was Buffalo Before Breakfast, and she read it during her reading time. And what I did was just did a copy of the book cover and put that on the front of the folder, and then I also wrote the name of the book on the flap so they'd be easy to pull out of the binder as I put them in. And just a reminder that all three of my kids, they're dyslexic and they also have dysgraphia. And so while I want to make sure that they have a good amount of handwriting practice, it's never going to be perfect. I mean, just like dyslexia doesn't go away, dysgraphia doesn't go away. We do a lot of accommodation with learning how to keyboard type and use speech to text and that sort of stuff. But we want to also give her as much opportunity as possible to practice her writing and her drawing, just to strengthen those fine motor skills as much as possible. Again, it's never going to be perfect, but we're getting some good practice in there. So basically what happens is I look at how many chapters the book has, and for the Magic Treehouse series, the books each have 10 chapters, and so there's a little matchbook for each chapter, and then there's also a matchbook for some other things. So basically what happens is the title of the chapter gets written on the matchbook bottom flap, and then she will draw kind of a summary, an illustration of what she thinks was a good representation of that chapter, and then inside she will actually write the chapter summary, and she does this in her own handwriting, which is good. It's again great practice to strengthen those fine motor skills. Never gonna be perfect or anything like that, but we still have to make sure that she gets as much strength as possible in those fingers. So she does that for each chapter, and I had her do the summary of the chapter after she read each chapter so that it would be fresh in her mind. So once she read the whole chapter and had all the chapter summaries written, the next thing that I had her do was to do the book information. And so basically she writes, I have the title, she writes the author, illustrator, year of publication, and then I walk her step by step how to do an APA citation. The only additional thing that she needed besides what she had already written was just where was the book published and who was the publisher, the publishing company. So that was the only additional information that she needed to get in order to do an APA citation. So we're just baby stepping it on through. And then the last little booklet that she does is her review of the book. And she answers, basically, did you like this book? And she will say yes or no, and then why. And then she has to write why she liked or did not like the book. And it's been working really, really well. I love it because it really has her processing kind of what happened in the book chapter by chapter, and so she's getting to see kind of how a story progresses and what is the natural progression. She gets to see character development within the story, kind of guess what's going to happen next and really get into it. And then also she gets to provide a summary that has some depth to it, because sometimes if she wasn't doing a summary of each chapter, there may be some kind of important pieces that she might have left out. And also it's showing her things like how to pick out who were the true main characters in the book. How do you really identify what was the true conflict and that sort of stuff, because those are the things that carry on from one chapter to the next. So I really, really like this process. We're going to be keeping with it. This is one of the next books she chose was another Magic Treehouse book, and we just started back with the same thing again with this book. So I think we will probably be continuing this process throughout the school year because it's working really, really well for her. This is just the books. We just do these for the books that she's doing for reading. She's also part of a literature circle that has kids from 3rd through 6th grade. She does not do these types of books for that because the books are at a much higher reading level, so we tend to use audio books for those. The first book they did for this year was One Crazy Summer, and the next book they're going to be doing is Wonder. So these tend to be books that are geared more towards that 5th, 6th, even 7th grade level. So I don't want to kind of overwhelm her with that. And then some of the topics, especially some of the topics that they covered in One Crazy Summer, that was just a really, really heavy book. They did great, but I was glad that she just got a chance to kind of process that all together and do the summary within the literature circle as opposed to kind of working through it herself, because that was a great book for discussion. Wonder is a great book for discussion. Bud Not Buddy is another book that they're going to be doing. So we just really picked books that were strong for discussion for the literature circle, but these are the books that she actually just chooses for her own reading that we do these particular summaries for, and they're working absolutely fabulous. And like I said, we'll probably be continuing this on through. So hope that helps. This is Dr. J, and I'm out. Bye bye.